Yo, what's going on, guys? Robert Warshak here, and we've got some hot garbage. Let me tell you, this Paladin deck, I don't know what was going on with Highlander Mech Paladin, but this shit rocked ladder so hard. It was the amount of like wins we got in a row with this deck. We built it as like a meme because somebody asked me to, and then all of a sudden it just kept winning and winning and winning and winning. So if I have the stats for it, I'll pull it up on the stream. I don't even remember how many wins we got with this deck, but all I know is we went on 100% win rate for a really long time, and I did not expect it, this deck out of all decks, to do it. So we're going to talk about the deck list, why I picked the hot garbage cards that I did. From there, we're going to head in some games. You're going to see this deck in action. Hopefully you guys can replicate its wins, and that'll be good. So with that, Christology, there's a lot of one attack minions in the deck. Being able to play one card that draws you two cards, and those cards are mechs, and mech synergize is good. Glowtron, it's a 1 mana 1/3 magnetic mech. We like that because it combines with other mechs, which makes it really good. Plus, it's just a solid 1-drop. Hot Air Balloon, it's a 1 mana 1/2 mech. At the start of your turn, gain 1 health. While this does look like it's a not so threatening card, let me tell you, Hot Air Balloons fill up with really hot air things, and it can soar very high and win you lots of games if it gets out of control. Believe it or not, it can single-handedly win other aggro matchups just because you keep trading with it and it just keeps getting HP. Scatterbot, it's a 1 mana 1/1 rush magnetic. The reason we play this is because it has the magnetic and rush, so we can play a mech and then we combine it with Scatterbot and then we can attack immediately, and that's just really solid, whether we're attaching it to like an egg or just to be able to make a trade, or again just to be able to clear off a minion with rush. Galvanizer, I actually really don't like this card at all. If you draw it early on, it's really good. If you draw it really late, it's not good, which is what I don't like in cards. But because we're running a Highlander Mech Paladin and we want to be able to curve out Christology draws this guy, we got to play Galvanizer. Micro Mummy, I do like this guy. It's a 2 mana 1/2 mech, reborn at the end of your turn, give another random friendly minion +2 attack. Really solid, just keeps making your minions grow over time, plus it has reborn, so it's really sticky and hard for your opponents to get rid of in the early game. Sir Finley, one of the reasons with this is deck's a Highlander deck, being able to upgrade your hero power, or discover an upgraded hero power, so you don't always get the one you want, but most of the time you're going to be able to get a pretty decent one. And because this deck is an aggressive deck, you know, it correlates to probably wanting to pick a more aggressive sort of hero power. So like the Priest, the Warrior ones, probably not your best picks unless you know you're playing against maybe a Face Hunter, and we can definitely utilize that hero power to stay alive, and we turn into more of a control deck, which this deck can turn into a control deck against a hyper aggressive like Rogue or a Hunter. So it kind of just depends on the matchup, but most of the time you're going to want to hedge with a more aggressive one. Temple Berserker, it's a 2 mana 1/2, again synergizes with Christology like any one attack minion will, and it's just a really solid early game. Framebot, it's a 2 mana 1/5 mech. It's insane. The stats are huge for this guy, and being able to like upgradable Framebot into a Glowtron, being able to have a 2/8 on turn 3 is just really solid. Zephyrus, again, a Highlander deck. You play Zephyrus, it's an amazing card. Alkali to Pain, it's a 3 mana. You get to draw some cards. This deck really doesn't have a ton of draw in the deck. It's got Christology, it's got like Alkali to Pain. It's not being able to play this guy and being able to draw at least 1 to 2 cards it feels nice in this deck. Bronze Explorer, it's a nice little paladin card. It's a 3 mana 2/3. It's got lifesteal, so against other aggro decks, it's pretty useful. Plus, it discovers a dragon. Those dragons can be another Alexstrasza or any sort of powerful sort of endgame dragon if you need it, or a more aggressive one. Bronze Gatekeeper, again with the mechs, it's a 3 mana 1/5 magnetic and taunt. The only difference between upgradable Framebot and this guy, the stats are exactly the same, as it has magnetic and taunt, which again are really powerful abilities, so paying 1 more mana for this feels not so bad. Skyclaw, I really like this guy a lot. It's a 3 mana 1/2 mech, so it's pretty underwhelming, but your other mechs have +1 attack, and it summons 2 1/1 mechs. So in itself, it's a 1 minion that turns into 3. And it buffs everything else. It's kind of hard not to play this guy in a mech deck. Snip Snap, again, same reason we run Ziliax, same reason we run Snip Snap, especially in mech decks. The guy's insane. Again, one of the best neutral legendaries. I say the same thing every deck guide, and I'm sorry, eventually he'll rotate out and we can actually not play this guy anymore. Sword of Justice, super interesting pick. I like this card so much in this deck because being able to play Sword of Justice and then following it up with maybe like a Skyclaw, those stats and the burst of like board presence is super good, and nobody plays around Sword of Justice. and just adding basically 5/5 in stats on the board between all of your minions is really, really good. Annoyo module, again, really good mech card. If this card didn't have the Divine Shield, it probably wouldn't be as good, but the fact that you're able to Divine Shield the minion and then attack, basically clear something, you gave it a ton of health and now it has taunt, is crazy good. Blessing of Kings, we are playing an aggressive style deck, so being able to give a minion extra stats and go face is solid. Consecration, overall just a really solid Paladin card. It's been around for a long time, and it does well against other aggressive style classes. Replicating Menace, again, part of the mech package, being able to play a mech that not only has magnetized, so it can go into another mech and attack immediately, but when they kill that mech, it makes little homies. Those homies come out. There's 3 homies, and those homies can then again be magnetized and do homie things. True Silver Champion, we don't run that many weapons in this deck, just the 2. So between the Sword of Justice and the True Silver Champion, that's fine enough for me. There is another like later game weapon, but I just found that it's too much mana, and by then the game is basically over. So True Silver and the Sword of Justice did really well in this deck. Amber Watcher originally wasn't in the deck, put him in the deck later. Really good in stats. It's a dragon. It restores 8 health to a minion or your face. That's a lot of fucking health for 5 mana. So we like this guy a lot. Mechano Egg, again, it's a mech. We have a lot of magnetizing a mech. Really, really good. Plus, again, we also run the Kangors, so being able to resurrect the Mechano Egg that we were able to magnetize with like Ziliax or War Gear is crazy banana sauce. War Gear, magnetize, again, mechs, you get the point. Ziliax, magnetize mechs, same reason we run Snip Snap, you get the point. Mechanical Whelp, the same reason we run the Mechanical Egg. It's a mech, you know, we magnetize, we kill it off, it summons another mech, we magnetize. It's the whole deck is very, very consistent in what it does, and it flows really, really well. Kangors, we play a lot of mechs. We want to resurrect mechs because we magnetize those mechs to make bigger mechs, and this resurrects our big mechs that we magnetized. We like that shit. We like that shit a lot. Octo Daddy. There's, like I mentioned, not a lot of draw in this deck. There's not a lot of big cards in this deck. You have like, what, 5 cards that cost more than 5, which is not a lot in this meta. And so being able to play this guy once your basically hand is empty and then redraw 8 cards is really good. Not every game will this guy be great, but almost every time in the later stages of the game when you've got 1 or 2 cards in your hand and you drop an Octodad, it's either that thing's going to be swinging at your opponent's face or they kill it and you're going to be able to have a handful of cards that those soon will be swinging at your opponent's face. Dragon Queen, it's a Highlander deck. Of course we play Dragon Queen in a Highlander deck. The card's insane. And then we have Sea Giant. So even though this guy does cost 10 mana, most of the time this deck is going to go really wide on the board because it's a more aggressive style mech deck, and this guy costs 1 less for each other minion on the battlefield, meaning most of the time you're going to be able to play the Sea Giant for anywhere between like 0 to 4 or 5 mana. So this guy's not even going to cost that much, which lowers, again, the curve of this deck quite substantially. So with that, you enjoyed the deck list, you like what you see, leave a comment, like the video. Really, really, really helps it out. Share it to other people who also maybe like the videos. And with that, enjoy the video, guys. This will be interesting.
Uther versus Deathwing.
Embrace the chaos.
I will fight with honor.
Against Warrior, probably in an aggressive style. Warrior, this is gonna draw our 1s. I feel like this is not a bad hand. Maybe put back Prismatic, put back Highlight, definitely keep Christology. We're good to go. Ooh. All right, we can play 2 mechs or we can play Temple. I like Temple. Next turn we can play Sword of Justice and then we can play this. Oh my gosh, this with the Sword of Justice? My god. Do I make this trade? What would I be weak to? Galakron's a wait now. I go face. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do. do, 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 do. Ooh. Ooh. This is disgusting. How does he even deal with this without Warpath? Like, his only option is to Warpath. Wow. Of course, we're playing the rendition of Warrior that he runs Warpath. Very unlikely, by the way. Yeah, I kind of like Octodad in this deck. I feel like we're onto something with this. This seems pretty crazy. I'm not sold on the prismatic, but everything else seems to be pretty good. I don't think I'm missing out on any of the other big mechs. There's no like big neutral mech that I could put in that's like, you know what I mean? Yummy. This is a super collider, so I don't really want the lifesteal or anything like that. Do something like this. I don't think he's gonna run silence. What up, Funky?
Your wish is my suggestion.
He's a Highlander deck? Oh my god. I played into Warpath, I played into fucking Silence or Polymorph. I can't win. Not when this happens. That's so fucking good. Fucking nuts. Should have hero powered first. Doesn't matter though.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, if he didn't have Warpath on 4, we win. And then if he didn't have Zephyrus, we win. But he's a Highlander deck, so he's bound to draw some of this stuff. That's the second time we've seen a Highlander Warrior tonight, though. I feel like that's pretty uncommon, right? Or did Highlander Warrior get, like, the big oomph? I know a couple people who are playing it. What up, Unseen? What up, Kyle? Like a Wrath. So it just seems like a control deck. That's all. It just seems like a bad control warrior because Zephyrus is the only one-of card in the whole deck that like is good, right? Besides like Dragon Queen. But I don't think that's worth only playing one of all your removal. I don't know. Seems weird. Octodad, how much damage is he pushing? 7, 11, 12, 13. So I could obviously like Ziliax this. Yeah. Do we kill the Zephyrus? Sure. He might run like, I don't know, Barista or some stupid shit like that. Might be wrong to play this. Sir Finley Zephyrus was probably pretty good there, but I feel like drawing 8 is always good. He's gonna double trade? He's just gonna go face? I can live with that, right? I can actually lethal if I draw the right cards. Okay. So if I go Zephyrus, the most he would give me is Whirlwind, which is 16. So I need to find the rest. The other option is I Kangors, and I find our taunt stuff. The other option, yeah, I go Kangors every time, right? No, the chance that we get a mech that we're gonna be able to play is fairly low. It might just be Zephyrus. What would Zephyrus give me to clear this up, though? Because this, our egg got silenced, but we did get the Ziliax target, so if it reses the Ziliax target, we're good. But he did kill a bunch of the other mechs. So it's like high roll, not high roll. I feel like high roll. We can high roll here. Yay. Alright, this is a 2-1. He has to attack this first. So let's put this right here. And then let's get like an aggressive hero power. This. And then this goes face. Yo, what up, Shaq? New sub here. Like your content, brother. Got me back into playing. Yo, what up, Virgin Island? Glad you're liking what I'm throwing down, man. Happy to do it. Yeah, we low rolled on these two mechs, but we hit the mech that we wanted to. So now he doesn't want to kill this because then he's going to have to deal with the 7-7. So his best way is he somehow clears this, kills these guys, and then super colliders into the 8-8 to kill both the 8-8 and the 7-7. But then he has to play around, or he has to know that I draw the cards, a bunch of cards. And he also goes down to 10, meaning that Zephyrus into Pyroblast is lethal over 2 turns with the hero power because he can't guarantee the armor. We'll see what happens. So now he needs to find a way to kill 3 dudes with 1 attack with 4 mana. He's super collidering now. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hiya! You're not the only one that plays Zephyrus, bud. I don't know how we won that. If we would have took a screenshot when he played that Zephyrus and took another screenshot when he Warpath and said, hey, you're gonna win this game if you play it out, I would have said you're on some high level drugs. But we did it. HotGarbage beat him, dude. HotGarbage pulling off its first win in its first game. 100% win rate confirmed.
Uther versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I will fight
Do do
with
do
honor.
do 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 do. Wow, this just looks like a good hand. I think I'll keep it. I guess everything looks like a good hand when the your entire deck costs less than 4 mana. Nice, how'd it go? Let me show you, Funky. Check this out. Boom. 100% win rate with Funky Rogue. I literally played 2 games. Both of them are highlight games. All right, content's done. Move along. I did change the deck around a little bit though. I ended up putting in, I took out, all right, you're not gonna like me. I'll tell you what I did. You're not gonna like it. If I put this guy in, most of the time he lives. The only time this guy doesn't live is he had backstab. If he has backstab, then I'm gonna wanna go coin and then Skaterbot. If I go Skaterbot and trade into that, I don't wanna do that. I wanna trade here. Now he can't backstab it. You're not gonna, so I took out the Sea Giants and I took out something else. And I added in Kronks and 2 your second backstab and 2 Abysses. I took out the Sea Giants. I kept the Mountain Giants. Unfortunately, the Sea Giants, they're like, for me, they were bad top decks, and like, there's a card when you're gonna play, like, it's better when it's good as a catch-up mechanic, but in that deck, you should always just be ahead. So you're playing the card as like a win more, and Rogue, like, once you lose the board, like, you know, you can like pray that you can get like a good waggle and try to swing it back, but It just wasn't working well with me. Not to say it's bad or you shouldn't play it, but it just, for me, I was having difficulties with big boy steering wheel, man. Man, what do I do here, big boy?
I comply.
Let's do this. This makes it awkward, because if he has backstep, he use it on this, which is good. If he has sap, he doesn't really want to sap this. So. Backstab. Cool. I'm glad he used it on that.
Job done.
Well, that sucks. What the fuck was this? You can just... Alright, taking out prismatic lens. Plays prismatic lens one time, takes it out. Yeah, that was poopy doo-doo face. Yo, new bird, poopert. What's up, man? What's up, dog? What's going on? All right, prismatic lens. Oh, all right, what do we take? What do we change out for prismatic lens? I'm gonna look at the curve. I think we want to add in an additional.
Dark in the sky.
I don't know, man. The curve just looks nice. We've been able to just do fun and interactive things every single turn and put down so much pressure at the same time. What am I missing, chat? Look at this deck list. Give me a card that when played wins you the game. Well, Rob, there's a lot of cards when played can win you the game. Well, I need more of them, chat. I don't think Whelp is the right play. How many mechs have died? He killed my upgradable frame bot, my hot air balloon, and that's it, right? That's all he's killed. So what if I play Zephyrus? For 5 mana, what would Zephyrus give me? It'll give me a Sledge Belcher. Right?
Let me think.
Now let's just play this guy. Because next turn I can magnetize this. Gyrocopter. The fuck's a gyrocopter? It sounds exciting. Oh, the 6 mana 4/5 rush mech. Oh, with Wind Fury. No, does it have Wind Fury? It might. We'll investigate. The 4 mana 8/8 Pogs. Giant in this deck? Nah, this is an aggro deck. So by the time we'll be able to play the giant, it'll be Ah, now I can Kangors. Thanks. I just needed you to kill something there, bud. Thanks, homie.
I comply.
To battle. For justice.
Might as well swing this face. Grab the heal. This reminds me of like intense Stairmaster music. Like every beat is just like an intense stomp down on a Stairmaster. You're just like. A sap? How rude. And then you're gonna kill my fucking hot air balloon for the second time? The balloon never gets to fly high, bro. The balloon never gets to fly high, dude. All right, Zephyrus, what is the best card? Show me. I like that card. Looking at maybe, nah, Barista's too value greedy. I don't know. Is Snip Snap in the deck? Yeah. This is so rude. I can clear it though, but this is so rude of him, right? Dun, 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 dun. Actually not too sure about the magic carpet. Nah, we'll keep in the magic carpet. It's exciting. We get to take people on journeys. All right, so, oh, whoa, 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 calm, you're a baloney, dude. All right, am I dead? All right, not dead. All right. Aha! Just the card I wanted to see, chat. So fucking easy. It's just so easy, dude. Copper Funk. All right.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
I like this hand. Copper Funk. Now that's YouTube material right there. That's how you get people to click.
Converting stored energy.
You need to get that dust count, pump those numbers up. Dude, I'm poor, man. I can't get that good number pump when I'm a poor man. All right, give me something good. All right, Fire Blast or heal against Rogue? I'm leaning towards heal. But fire, it's hard to turn down the 2 for 2.
I must insist.
I value him not being able to backstab this. So much stats on board, dude. Look at this. Sword of Justice with this fucking Sky Claw, bro. Like, for that low cost of 3 mana, we just put, how many stats is that? That's an 8/7. That's an 8/7 for 3 mana. Spread across 3 bodies.
Your presence offends me.
Now that's exciting. Those are numbers we can stand behind.
Your presence offends me. For justice.
but you had to pass on 3 for it. Let's not think about the past. Let's think about the future. And the future is Stakka! You're too busy focusing on the past, man. You need to think about the here and now.
Unity, precision, perfection. Your wish is my suggestion.
For 4 mana, what would it give them? Fireball. Cone of Cold. Shadow or Death. Wiener Schnitzels. Yeah, solo adventure should be good. How many cards? 4? 8? I know there's a chart somewhere that does something that says a number, but I don't know where it is. Oh, so good. Yatta! I want to pop that early. Next turn I get to play Octodad because he's probably going to want to sap the 7/7. Yeah, we got to beat it, and we got to do it on heroic, and then normally when there's a heroic mode that doesn't give you a deck, you've got to do it with a budget deck. So it's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
So many options.
The Vizcang dropped. Feels bad for me, man. How many people rolled on it? If there's more than 4 people rolling, I wouldn't have won it anyway. Oh, but if people have epic weapons, well, it doesn't even matter. How many people rolled on it? I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure at least 4 people roll on that. And if 4 people roll, I'm not winning it. So, damn, he's gotten so much heal. Simmer with that, homie.
I must insist.
I just go for the board control. There's no reason not to. Do I swing 7 to the donkers, dude? It's hard not to swing 7 to the donkers. Four DPS, warriors, and 3 rogues. I'm not. If I was there, that'd be 8 people rolling. That's a 1/4 of the raid. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I ain't winning that shit. That's like 1/3 of the raid. There's only like 25, 30 people that go. 8 people rolling. That's like literally a 1/3 of the raid. Highest roll is gonna be like an 85 plus. Your boy's gonna roll like a 4.
Tenderfoot to the dragon sword. Another soul.
28 in the raid. Yeah, 8 are rolling on it. It's literally almost a 1/3. I want to keep all my guys damaged. Should have played around Betrayal. I'm playing around Betrayal. I should have put this guy, though. Like, these 2 guys in the middle, but I fucked up.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Ah, look at that, Funky. This man's running the Sea Giant. Yeah, what do we got going on there? So what is this, 16, 17, 18? Lethal. 100% win rate continues. This deck has not lost. This hot piece of garbage hasn't lost. We climbed from 2,000 legend to 1,300. We'll see if this breaks top 1,000, I'm gonna